both sides.
Well, that's gonna be like that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, Mr. Mezick, we were just talking a while ago, and you know, this not on this ain't gonna go on national TV, as we know. But you know, we were just talking about Baker High School, and share with me, share with all of us, share with all of us just what you told me a while ago. Something that to the fact that we all got something out of Baker High School. And we want to share with everybody. We share the love we had back then, but we don't want to lose it. We want to keep it.
Well, it's never an ending thing, because all these things that you learned and the people that you was with and the memories you had with them and what all that leads to in your life, daily life, it's a continuation of life itself. As long as you're doing these things, you know this is what you want to do, because this is when you feel the best with, and it makes you just work that much harder to hold on to it. Whether it's getting younger or older or whatever, it's always there, and it's something that you want to make sure it lasts as long as you can stay with it and produce it the way that it helps you the most.
You know, that's true. And I remember that you were a baker already for a little while. I'm gonna say the latter 50s, early 60s, and anyway, you were offered a real big job down in Albany, Georgia, and you didn't want to go.
Well,
tell us why you didn't want to go.
The reason I didn't want to go is because it was because that I had found something here that was much better than that I could do if I was in something else. So I just said that if this is the way it is, and this is where my satisfaction is in life, I want to follow her up as long as I possibly can. Of course, in teaching, there are retirement periods, and you have to go by that. But as long as you get the satisfaction you get out of teaching these kids and learning from them, and you know their feelings towards you and towards the others, it's just a camaraderie that you can't find anywhere else. And that's why I think it's built up, and so many people have joined it and want to be a part of it, because they want that same feeling that they can see that you've got, that other people can have, and it just means so much to them that they'll stick with it as long as they possibly can.
I know one thing. I heard this from, well, I forgot who I heard this from. I think it might have been from Diane Lamy, Diane Story Lanier. She said, you know, one of the reasons, speaking about the luncheons, when we all get together, which coincides with what you're saying,
yeah,
it takes us all back. It makes us all young again.
Right.
And you know, I guess the same thing goes with you, with our faculty, with the teachers. You know, we think about those good times. We're back then, way back then, unfortunately, you know, back in the 1950s and early 60s, you know. But you know, those were fun years. Those were, and the influence. You know, by doing all these interviews with you, Coach Ball, and our beloved Mr. Boaz, I mean, the influence that you folks tried to pass on to us. You know, I mean, it's hard to describe it. You know, I was just telling you earlier. One way that I've been paid back, it was in the 1965s. In 1965, after my short pro career with the New York Giants, I was coaching, working and coaching, and I said I wasn't going to coach, you know, but I was coaching. And then it was in the middle of the 1980s. My daughters and I, we were in Owensboro, Kentucky. We were at the mall. And one of the football players that I had coached at that time, I didn't know it, but approached me. And he had 3 children with him. And he approached me and he said, aren't you Coach Nazario? I said, yes. And right away I'm thinking, oh, I know I coached this young man somewhere. Well, you know, when he said, Coach, he says, you coached me back in the 7th and 8th grade at St. Stephen's school, Catholic school. And Coach, you were a big influence in my life. And these are my 3 children. And Coach, thanks. I'll never forget that. Well, needless to say, I was on cloud 10. So I know how you guys feel. You know, I know that you felt the same pride when you seen, like we talked earlier about Robert Lindsay, Ray Chester, and others. That's just the come to mind. I know the pride that you must feel, you know, to see some of your own students excel. And also, I'm sure that the other teachers that we had, well, like our beloved Mr. Boyles, our English teachers, our government teachers, our coaches, they feel the same thing. Don't you think?
There's no end to what we feel in there since we played the game and we won, because we're getting something out of it. It means more to us now because we know that sooner or later, you know, everybody has to pay the piper, and but by that purpose, you get something that means something to you, and it lasts you the rest of your life. And there's no way nobody can take it away from you, and there's no way that anybody can overshadow you because you have the feelings within your heart and things that saying that I played the game and I won the game, and that's the way it should be.
You know, Coach James Augustus Ball. Yeah. I like to call him Augustus now because now I know what the A stands for. But you know, he said it well too. He says, you know, what other school still gets together? I mean, you know, our building is down. They have taken our building down, but they have not taken our spirit. What other school in the United States does what we do with our luncheons? Right. We got, look at the, I know other schools have websites. My Lord, have you seen our website? And you know, we only have to thank our younger students like Terry Nunley, those people that are computer-minded folks, you know, that we only got to thank them because they share the same thing that us old fogey, and not only us old fogey, I'm talking about, I talk to a lot of people, and I'm talking about the people that back in 1945, the Cochrans, you know, they were high school sweethearts, Wallace and Clara. And it was the same love. Anyway, well, you know, I hope you folks enjoy this. We were just talking, nothing, you know, we were just talking. We ain't gonna mention no names, so, or who Mr. Mezick was dating, or I'm gonna leave it at that. We won't embarrass nobody. Oh, no. So we're gonna end it right here. I hope you folks really enjoy this. And if you notice us move our hand like this, in addition to Mr. Mezick and I, we have a fly. We got a stupid fly that's been dancing around our heads and what have you. So listen, I hope you really enjoyed it. Mr. Mezick, I've loved this segment. And, you know, I can't wait for the next luncheon in September. Luncheon, September. And for all you people that are watching that, and interested in coming to our Becca High School class of 1961 50-year class reunion, that will be October 7th, 8th, and 9th. Please send me your registration. So far today we have 73 and 35 members to the class of 61. So, Mr. Mezick, at this time, thank you, young man. We'll see all you folks later.
I think I got that fly.